Okay, so what I will do is I will try and get the CSV data into the Retool, right? So within the Retool dashboard, if you go to the main apps dashboard, there is this database options, and if you click on this particular use Retool database, it should take you to this particular tableau view. By default, there is sample users table. I'm not going to delete this, but you will be able to see how the table is formed. Now what I will do is I will basically just click on it, and let's say it asks you to create the table through variety of options. Now what I can do, I can also generate a schema with AI, or I can import from CSV. So let's say if I want to create one of the data, I will do is I will type in employee salary, right? And if I try to create this, say it will have one primary key ID, right? On the top of this, let's say if I import CSV data into this, it will show you ID as one of the primary key mapped to this serial number, right? So schema mapping, there is no other option. Now what I will do is I will just import this, and let's say if imports without mapping, you will notice only one of the field was mapped to it. So what I can do is I can basically get rid of this, delete the table, and I got an idea that how to map it now. So I will remove the previous table, click on this, let's name this employee salary, right? We named it, we will add the fields, right? So let's see, there is a field ID which will map, then I will add name of employee. Can also have spacing, but it seems like that particular spacing is not allowed. I will have to do it continuously. It should be text, and I will create this. I will also add another one, right? Once you have all the default values, and so let's add another one. Now here I will add, let's say, designation, right? This should be also text, then another field which is going to be like salary. Now this should be like those float values, right? So let's see if I can edit them. Unfortunately we can't. It can be unique, or if you choose to turn this into a number, you can simply choose number. Integer or float, I will have decimal system. If you want something like this, or float, you can have up to float 8. So go with decimal in that case. Now I will also add another field which is going to be leaves, allowed leaves. So how many of those? Allowed leaves, again it should be a number, integer, that's fine. Now I will move to next, leaves taken, right? So leaves taken should be again number, right? It should be integer. Now let's move on to next column where we have like working days. Then that should be again a number, and then we move to another field which is yearly salary annum. It could be another field name, right? I want to keep it as number as well. Keep it integer, or if you want you can also have decimal, right? Now finally I will add one more field which is paid unpaid salary, right? So there should be 0, and then it should be placed here. I will just copy this, and right, and for this particular column I will just edit this, remove this slash, and I will copy this particular one. Right, now I will save the tableau view here. So let's go with paid salary, which should be again a number. Finally, unpaid salary. So another field, select number, and what we can do out of this is I will just create a setup, right? And once we have this particular setup, you can notice that here. Now I will import the CSV into current table. I will try and map my current CSV data to, let's say this is primary key, employee name should be employee, designation, salary, right? Then allowed leaves, then leaves taken, working days, then salary annum, paid salary, unpaid salary. So all of these map properly I will just import. So there is input syntax for numeric January 10 24. Okay, done. What I can do is while mapping this I will have to keep an eye on the data type, right? So right, I'll take a look at this part. You can see salary month is there, so we will have to use it as text. Right, now let me save this and let's see if it changes the structure. Now if I import the CSV into this, it should map properly to these things, right? Designation, then salary month, then allowed leaves, then working days, then annual salary, paid salary, unpaid salary, and here you will see leaves taken should be the different one. Import this, let's see what happens this time. Invalid input syntax type, so there is this dollar symbol, so errors like this will come up. So I will take a look at this part, yearly salary and paid, both should be now text. Now let's see, I will change this to text. Move to yearly salary, move this to text again, save this. Now I will try and import this, right? It should map this time now. So if we go with all the fields and this time working days, salary annual, paid salary, unpaid salary, and finally the import CSV option. So everything is imported, it will show you the data like this. So in Retool you can import the CSV data like this. You just have to map with the table that you are creating, and please be mindful of the type that you have for the column.